CaStrO. I don't know how to caps his name, but that's fine. Alright, here we go. The round of 16, which is going to be on Aztec, it seems. I hope this is Neo Aztec. I don't know which version IC Cup uses for its map packs, but hopefully it's correct. And uh-oh, looks like we have a bit of a poor pathing there. I don't think that's a mistake from Cryoc. I think that's just he split his SCVs to the 4 nearest patches, and it just like went behind. And look at that, he actually changed it because he realizes this is a bad patch. So that's quite interesting. That indicates to me that this might actually be an old version of the map, because something like that should be fixed. Anyway, Cryoc is going to be the yellow Terran in the bottom right, and CaStrO is going to be the Teal Zerg in the top position. And look at that, actually caps his name right. Cool. So let me do the colors. Yellow and teal. T4Z12. Alright, cool. So the Overlord of CaStrO is going to scout in the correct direction, which is kind of interesting. I mean, usually the Overlord goes towards the Terrans, the closer natural, so that would be the bottom left base, but in this case he's going to the bottom right. So he's actually going to poke into the main right here. And looks like we have a Gosu depot down here. KC, I see you in the channel. I heard you quit Team Canada, man. Is this true? Is this true? That's the word on the street. It's the word in the hood, man. Is that you quit Team Canada even though your name is Kid Canada. I'm just saying. Meanwhile, SCV scout moving out, and a drone scout after a 12 hatch. Sending the other second Overlord in the other direction as well, and looks like he's saving up money for a spawning pool, as he should be. Yeah, this looks like it's a completely bugged out patch. Look at that. Look, sometimes he goes on the top and sometimes he goes from the bottom. I'm not really sure how that works. Brood War pathing, man. It's one of the one of life's mysteries. In the meantime, Cryoc has scouted in the right direction, so he's going to see a 12 hatch and feel pretty safe. I'm trying to think. I think CaStrO actually made it to the finals of... Yeah, okay, so CaStrO actually made it really far in the Gosu Cup #1, getting to the semi-finals where he was knocked out by Project. So, you know, he was very, very close to getting to becoming qualified for the next round, but didn't quite make it. So let's see how far he gets this time. In Gosu Cup #3, of course, he's already made it through the first round. This is the second round, the round of 16. It's still a best of 1, but after this, it will be best of 3s for the last 2 rounds. And looks like CaStrO really wants his SCV. He really wants it. Now, earlier on we saw CaStrO versus Te, which basically he won with 6 lings. So I don't think he'll be able to take down Cryoc with just 6 lings, but I guess we'll see. Looks like we have a refinery already made and an engineering base, so he's going for a fast +1 build. Interesting. Meanwhile, just standard 3-hatch goodness from CaStrO, although interestingly he's only made 4 lings and he's leaving 2 to chase and 2 to just poke at the front here. And he's going to see a bunker already finished, a nice kind of building arrangement there. He can even build like a depot on top if he wants to make that really tight, but then he'll have to kill the bunker later to get out, to get the tanks out rather. And looks like the SCV is going to see the lair start mutating. And SCV Scout will get taken down. Anyway. He's still mining gas. probably just for the upgrades from the academy. But he's gonna have to start throwing down some barracks soon. No, that's a depot. To be honest, I'm not 100% sure what the correct timing is to be building those extra 3 barracks, or 3 or 4 barracks, depending on what exactly the build is. But I feel like they should be going down relatively soon. I mean, the lair's about to finish right now, and indeed, there they are. Just as I said it, 3 barracks do indeed get placed here. He's gonna have a lot of gas in the bank, though. I think he can actually pull 1 or 2 guys to make his, you know, his resources optimal. Although I guess since he's got plenty of SCVs on minerals, though, so perhaps it doesn't really matter that much. Yeah, I think it'll actually balance out in the end, because he's gonna be making medics and fire bats as well anyway. So it is gonna be 3-edge Spire from CaStrO, kind of hiding his Spire a bit here at the 12 o'clock. Although I think perhaps like a slightly left placed scan from Cryoc on the natural might still catch that Spire. I think it might have been better to place it a little bit closer to the 3rd hatchery, but you know, it's not a huge deal. Anyway, in the 9 o'clock we do have a 3rd base. So CaStrO is actually opting to take another natural rather than a main, which is really weird because usually, you know, the Zerg as his 3rd wants to take a base that has a narrow ramp, so he can just leave a couple of lurkers at the top of the ramp or the bottom of the ramp, and then it's just super easy, or rather it's just super impossible to break that with Marines. But instead, CaStrO's taking this base, which is a very wide open flat ground, so it's very easy for Marines to just come in and kill this. I'm not sure why he would take this rather than the main base here, where he could just leave 2 lurkers here at the bottom of the ramp. I suppose that main base is a little more easily droppable. That's the only, you know, reason I can think of. But yeah, I think it'd be much better to take that main base instead. Now it looks like +1 is about to finish. Range is on the way. I assume Stim is done already, as it should be. But the mutas are on the way now. +1 Marines actually just tear through mutas, like seriously tear through them. Marines with +1 just have such ridiculously high DPS. And it looks like we do have a couple of turrets that are going to be in time to help defend the muta harass. So I think Cryoc is going to be just fine here. And his range is actually going to finish just in the nick of time. And whoa! CaStrO flies in, loses a muta, and runs away. That's pretty big mistake right there, just giving up a free muta like that. He has, however, started to mine from his 3rd gas. Looks like he's actually transferred a number of drones there. And he's just kind of flying around a bit. His mutas aren't really stacking properly. Okay, now they're stacked. But they're kind of just sitting idle there. He needs to keep them moving to keep them stacked. It looks like he's just going to snipe an SCV, going to move into the front, try and snipe some of the bio forces. But going to immediately back up there. And no, he's moving in again. He's going to try and snipe some units from the back. Snipes a medic. Very nice job. And will run away. Very nice. In the meantime, oh no, the mutas are going in again. He's trying to catch the units at the top of the ramp, and looks like he will get a few more free Marines here. Of course, on these narrow ramps is a great position to use mutas to pick off Marines. All the Marines just kind of get stuck along the ramp, and the Marines at the back are too far away and can't support each other. And it looks like CaStrO is going to go for a mutaling attack and just try and finish off this group of bio right here. There's a stim, and CaStrO is going to back up. He's going to wait for the stim to wear off. It looks like Cryoc is making a mad dash for the 3rd base here. There is one sun colony, a couple more sun colonies being made. And CaStrO is going to be a little bit careful that he hits the timing right. He basically wants to hit from the back with the mutas and links as soon as Cryoc moves into the front with the Marines. But oh, it looks like CaStrO getting a little bit ahead of himself and losing a couple of mutas right there. But he has brought the force down to just 1 medic, which is out of energy, and 1 Marine having a seizure. So he is going to... I mean, every stim is now costing these Marines their HP. They can't just get healed up by medics anymore. And that's actually going to be really painful. And looks like... Oh! Getting manned by his own turret, so he's just going to take that out. But see, look at this. I mean, these Marines are all, you know, like 20 HP or below. Just because the medic's not healing anymore. And looks like we do have a Queen's Nest already. There's nothing upgrading in the evolution chamber. I think it's a mistake. You should be getting a +1 carapace as soon as you can. Perhaps he's going to get it now. But I mean, that's the standard Zerg play, is to to get the +1 and then go for the hive. And yep, indeed there is the +1 carapace, so that's pretty good. Meanwhile, whoa, look at all that extra money for Cryoc. Not macroing as well as he could. Should really be adding a few more barracks right now. He's actually just been on 4 barracks like this entire time. This factory is late. He should have more barracks or something. He needs more stuff. Maybe build a command center or 2. Whatever you do, just make your money go lower. It looks like he is actually going to send out an SCV to take the mineral only here on the left of his natural. But there's a pretty big Muta Lurker Lane group, and it looks like he's going to go in from the back while the Marines are trying to bust the Sunkets in the front. And it's going to be a huge sandwich here. There's nowhere for the Marines to go, and everything is going to get slaughtered here. Oh man, Cryoc losing a huge group of Medic Marine for just a couple of Sunkens and some Lings there. I don't even know, did he even kill a single Lurker? I'm not really sure. Meanwhile, Cryoc seems to be playing in like a broken replay. He's actually just got so much money that it doesn't even make sense. He's getting an armory now. Looks like he's planning to go for a mech switch, despite the fact that he just doesn't have any production facilities that he needs. Meanwhile, CaStrO is taking the 4th base, taking the gas very quickly actually. I like that. It looks like CaStrO is just going to move in right now. The 3rd base is going to go down, and GG! CaStrO advancing to the round of 8 with 2 very quick ZVTs here. Crushing his way through the initial best of 1s. Alright, excuse me. So, Cryoc vs. CaStrO is done. Alrighty, so let me see. Is there any other match that has finished? That's a good match, and that's a good match as well. So I don't think we'll actually do South Park versus Remag because we have a couple more great matches that have finished. So the 2 matches, I think the other 2 matches that I will do from the round of 16 are going to be Choosy versus Zero and Zoraki versus Dre. So since we had a ZVT just now, I'm just going to mix it up and go for the ZVP first. But don't worry, I will get to both of those matches. I think they both sound like good matches, so I would like to cast them. Alright, so Choosy Zero. Choosy Zero.